Do you want to learn about armadillo baby clones? Well then, this is the video for you. So, we already know that armadillos are weird little guys, right? Other than humans, are the only creatures that can carry the leprosy bacteria, so that's fun. They roll up into their funny little balls for defense, and they can swim weirdly well. They also have a really weird reproductive strategy. So this is the 9-banded armadillo. I'm not entirely sure if this is the only armadillo species that does this, but this is the only one I could find any information on. So it might be it might be all armadillos, or it might just be specifically the 9-banded armadillo. So armadillos have one batch of babies per year, but those babies, there's always 4 of them exactly, or unless something weird happens, and they're all clones. So what happens in humans with identical twins, one egg gets fertilized and it just splits into 2 eggs, so you're left with 2 genetically identical babies, and those are the identical twins, and that is very rare in human cases. However, in armadillos, it happens every time. But it's not just twins, it's quadruplets. So the egg gets fertilized, it splits into 2 eggs, and then those 2 eggs split again, so you have 4 fertilized eggs. And since those 4 new eggs came from the same original egg, they are all genetically identical, and essentially they're just all clones. So this results in 4 identical babies, unless something happens and like one of the eggs doesn't work or like something, but normally there's 4 identical armadillo babies with the exact same genes. So I was researching this last night, because why not, and I couldn't find the mechanism as to why this happens. This is the only animal in which this happens. No other animal does this, and I could not tell you why. This just overall does not make sense to me evolutionarily, because you want genetic diversity. Like, decreased genetic diversity is almost always bad. So by producing 4 genetically identical babies instead of 4 genetically different babies, that is far decreasing genetic diversity. And we know when we have a lack of genetic diversity, that leads to problems. So I don't know how or why this happened, but it did, and they're here, so obviously it's working for them. And also, just to top it off, because why not, occasionally armadillos will reproduce by asexual production using parthenogenesis. Because why not? Let's just add that in there to their weird reproduction.